Hey everybody, it's me again. Long time no see, huh? Yeah, so I haven't brought you guys a lunar calendar video, which, normally I try to do before, last day of the month, but this month has been super duper crazy, so I apologize for the making you guys wait. I'm trying to make sure my stuff doesn't fall. I don't want my things to fall. Okay, so back to business at hand. I apologize. The lunar calendar for November. I don't know why this one was like super frustrating for me. When I was looking stuff up, there was. In the Moon Magic book, there was a couple of names that they had used for the in November, and I went to just out of curiosity to look up to see why they were called that, and more than one other source said that name belonged to another month. So now I'm sitting here scratching my head going, that makes no sense. Why is that like that? So, like, Snow Moon. That is the first name that is there for the month. The beginning of the chapter is Snow Moon. And I said, well, let me see why they call it Snow Moon. It was like I did last month with Blood Moon. Just curiosity got the better of me. And that one said the Snow Moon is actually in February. And I went, that's weird. I mean, it makes a little more sense, but weird. And Fog Moon, which is another name, couldn't find that one at all. So I don't know why it's called Fog Moon. I'm sure it's some regional somewhere thing, but darned if I could find it. There is the Morning Moon, which not like morning like the day is starting, but morning like as in grieving. And that one was to say goodbye to your bad habits and toxic relationships for a fresh start for the new year. So, and then the moon where deer shed antlers. Which, that name's kind of self-explanatory. That one just kind of says it all. That's why we call that this moon. Because, the deer shed their antlers. Or, start rubbing the velvet off, or whatever. And then there was the Beaver Moon. Which I was like, okay, I gotta find out the reason for that one. And that one, it turns out, was because they used to set the traps to catch enough of them so they made sure they had warm clothes for the winter. Cleverness. Okay, then we have the Blotsmonath, which translates to sacrifice month. And it turns out it's an Anglo-Saxon term, and this is typically when they would sacrifice cattle during this month, so sacrifice month. And then there's the Herbstmonath, which means harvest month, which that's kind of self-explanatory. I didn't really need to look into that one. The Mad Moon, I couldn't find anything on that except somebody had written a book or a short story or something about it, and it was all over the place, but I couldn't find anywhere of an instance where somebody referred to a moon in November as the Mad Moon. So, I found Moon Mad, but not Mad Moon. So then there was the Moon of Storms, which, again, I couldn't locate Moon of Storm. Storm Moon I could find, and I couldn't be sure that that was referring to the same thing, so I kind of had to just gloss over that one. Then we have your correspondences. I'm doing a little bit out of order this month because for whatever reason, my brain just like, oh, let's write these in a completely different order than we've ever done before. So I just have to roll with my notes, and I'm sorry. Correspondences. For this month, our nature spirits are subterranean fairies. I meant to look that up to see what that meant, and I didn't. I apologize. Your herbs are grains of paradise, verbena, betony, B-E-T-O-N-Y, borage, B-O-R-A-G-E, and cinquefoil. and blessed thistle. Your colors will be gray and sea green. I love sea green. Sea green is such a nice color. Your flowers will be blooming cacti and chrysanthemum. Your scents will be cedar, cherry blossoms, hyacinth, narcissus, peppermint, and lemon. I really don't associate peppermint with November, though. I don't. Is it just me, or is it, peppermint's more of a December thing? Just because of Christmas, I guess. I don't know. Your stones will be topaz, and lapis lazuli. Kind of tried to combine them there. I apologize. Your trees will be the alder tree and the cypress tree. I wrote unicorn twice. I think it's supposed to be animals. I have unicorn, scorpion, crocodile, and jackal. I was just so floored because unicorn, unicorn, what? And then it doesn't really go with the other three. So, and then the birds are the owl, the goose, and the sparrow. And then your power flows should be directed toward preparedness, obviously, because, I mean, that just... And then transformation. And to strengthen the communication with your god and or goddess who seem closest to you. Now, for the lunar happenings, the different festivals and carrying-ons that go on with this month. Again, this month was very frustrating, research-wise. I couldn't find anything, and after I got about halfway through, and I just, like, I give up. I find what I find, and what I don't find, I give up. So, on the 3rd, it's supposed to be the last days of Isia, I-S-I-A, in Egypt, and that is part of the Isis festivals, and this is the last days where we have the rebirth of Osiris. And then on the 6th is the birthday of Tiamat, and that's Babylonian mother goddess, if memory serves. And then on the 8th is the, it's Japanese, oh, here we go. I'm gonna butcher this, and I apologize now. The Fuigo Matsuri. I apologize because I know that. A Shinto festival honoring Inari or Hatsui no Kami, who is the goddess of the cook stove. It says your kitchen range. I'm like, no, that doesn't sound right. And I checked my notes, and I turned out and found it was actually cook stove. So, okay. On the 10th is the Kali Puja. I think I'm saying that right. In India, for Kali, the destroyer of evil. And then around the 9th or 10th is supposed to be the night of Nick Nevin in Scotland. The 11th, we have the feast of the, I'm going to screw this up, I took German. Really? German, we're still kind of close, right? I'm kidding, by the way. In case I'm not, I know they're not the same language. Einharar, which is supposed to translate to falling warriors, and it's a Norse festival. It's supposed to represent some of their feasting and in preparedness to Ragnarok, if my memory serves. Don't quote me on that. The Shishigosan, which is Japanese, and it's 753 Day for the safety of children of these ages in Japan. And in India, it's Children's Day. And then in Rome, the Feronia for the goddess of festivals and forests and fertility. There's a goddess of festivals. And then around the middle of the month is the night of Hecate in Greece, and it begins at sunset. And then the festival of Bast in Egypt. And then on the 24th I have here is the Feast of the Burning Lamps in Egypt for Isis and Osiris. And I meant to look it up to see what that was, and I forgot. I apologize. Then, at the end of the month, around the 27th, we have the day of Parvati Devi, the triple goddess who divided herself into Sarasvati, Lakshmi, and Kali, or the three mothers. And again, if I'm saying any of these names wrong, I say this in every video, and I say it about a bajillion times in every video that time I do one of these. If I mispronounce something, I apologize wholeheartedly. I try to find, if I don't know how to pronounce the word, I try to find a pronunciation so it'll come out of my mouth sounding somewhat close. Please don't get offended. Please. Okay, and then on the 30th, we have the day Hevakate of the Crossroads in Greece, which it says here the dark moon, but I don't think the dark moon falls around then in November. And then it's the Skadi among the Norse, which I couldn't find, and that's probably just my ineptitude. So I'll apologize for that too. I'm apologizing a lot in this video. Oh. And then the day of Mawu, M-A-W-U, it's the African creatus of the universe from chaos. So yeah, I think that was everything that I wanted to share. Like I said, the research for this month was just awful. Oh, here we go. I knew I'd seen it somewhere. The Feast of the Einherjar roughly corresponds to American Veterans Day. So there you go. And they said roughly. So I imagine it's a pretty rough transition. It's just probably the closest thing they could think of to compare it to. So, yeah. So, that'll be it for this month. I will see you guys next month in another video for December. Hopefully that month will go a lot. Oh, there's not too many festivals. But they're all going to be I think they're all pretty heavy festivals, because that's a pretty heavy time of the year. You got the solstice and Saturnalia and just all kinds of different stuff. So yeah, look forward to that next month. So I will see you guys next time. It was great seeing you guys again, and like I just said 2 seconds ago, I will see you guys again next time. I love you guys so much, and I will bye.